The same as the one being used
And
by the
we're live.
prosecution.
Right.
Yeah, this can be discussed publicly.
Yeah, okay.
See what I'm getting at?
Yeah, yeah. So go ahead, just keep talking, man. Don't stop. I just
Yeah.
want to let you know you're
If,
live.
if a prosecutor were to try to show one of my videos as prosecution evidence because it showed somebody storming a building, and I get on the computer and fire up Blender, get a full body picture of the judge from the right angles, and replace the person storming the building with the judge appearing to storm the building, that would show that the video is impeachable. Therefore, if you're doing live stream video for the purpose of convicting brutal cops, you want to make sure that's forensically sound. You want to make sure that your local copies are saved and that they're time stamped and that they can be proven to have come from a particular camera. Don't let the metadata go away like you would do if you're trying to prevent its use as evidence. You want to be able to prove that it came from a particular camera. You want to prove that that camera was in the hands of a person who was provably at that scene. You want GPS turned on, not off. It's the exact opposite of what I normally do. The ideal there, the gold standard would be GPS information transmitted with the video, proving the video came from a certain position, with clock information proving the video was shot at a certain time. So therefore, the file, which is being used as evidence against somebody who beat somebody for nothing, can be proven to have been shot in an actual camera at the right place at the right time. Because you don't know what highfalutin lawyer somebody defending against a police brutality charge might bring in.
Okay. And we're speaking with Luke. He's a well-known District of Columbia activist. Uh, how long have you been an organizer? How many years?
Since 1982, I got involved when Ronald Reagan tried to bring the draft back for his dirty war in El Salvador. And I quickly found that because of being bi, I was immune to the draft. But what about all the other guys? And then I started digging into what was happening in El Salvador and started meeting Salvadoran kids in the clubs. It's like, holy shit. And I spent a lot of time doing stuff to help people in El Salvador resist Ronald Reagan's aggression.
Yeah, all El Salvador is one of the murder capitals of the world.
After that much war, what do you expect? When you have a war that's that bad, when the war is over, peace negotiations in '94, what do you got? You got a bunch of unemployed soldiers who don't know anything but killing.
Right. And they were all quickly snapped out by drug cartels, funded by the United States, CIA, right? So they could ship coke.
That's not even limited to El Salvador. I mean, some of the guys that run the Zetas are SOA graduates.
Oh yeah,
Zetas, the worst drug cartel.
And SOA, we're talking about School of the Americas at Fort Benning, Georgia.
Yep. And it's getting to the point now where native people in Mexico, indigenous folks, are organizing militias to defend themselves from paying extortion to another one of them. What was it, the Knights Templar, I think it was?
Oh yeah, Knights Templar, yeah. So we're sitting across here. For people that are just joining us, we're here in Washington, D.C. This is a protest against the World Bank and their murderous policies against emerging nations. I guess that's the term.
You know, the only difference between a corner crew selling crack cocaine, which by the way benefits gentrifiers who want to rock, the Zetas drug cartel, the criminals here in the IMF and World Bank is the size of the gang. It'd be really funny to see these dirtbags, the IMF and World Bank, have to worry about jump-out squads like you have to worry about on the block, you know?
Right.
Profiling suits and ties. Imagine if anybody in a suit and tie couldn't go into a store without being watched like a hawk for fear he was one of those overprivileged white kids that'll rob a small store blind just for the thrill of shoplifting. Imagine if anybody in a suit and tie couldn't drive 3 blocks without being pulled over because the fear was that he was one of those criminals that makes his living on robbing people and nothing else in a bank. Let them know what it's like. Like the sign said yesterday, give a man a gun, he can rob a bank. Give a man a bank, he can rob the world.
I know, I like that. I was thinking about that on the way down here today, right?
Yeah.
About that particular, exactly what you said. You know, and we have the World Bank right across the street here, right? So that's what we're talking about. They're robbing the world, creating, funding fracking, trying to extract everything they can out of particular countries that they're involved in. And we're talking about, the list is like longer than your arm, folks. You know, it's Ireland. I mean, we could go on with the list here. Ireland, Spain, Italy, Greece, Egypt, Turkey, Ukraine, Russia, even Russia.
But when you factor in the brutality of the people in here, those cops should not be here to protect them from us. Instead, those cops should be protecting the world
Us from them.
The hostage rescue team should be there. These barricades should be all around it, manned to keep them in.
Right. Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah.
And it should be nothing in, nothing out. If they want to accept the phone to negotiate.
Or a live stream. So yeah, there's lots and lots of cops down here.
But the criminals are being left unmolested.
Right. So anyway, just guys give you a little bird's eye view on what's going on around here. We're out here serving food with Food Not Bombs in a loving and peaceful way, I might add. And we love all you. We invite you to come down here to, where the hell are we at anyway? We're on 18th and H here at Edward R. Murrow Park here in Washington, D.C. Sending out lots of love, and we love all you people that are watching online. Lots of peace and lots of understanding. And we're down here protesting the World Bank on IMF. These little banksters across the street, right? The bankster gangsters, right? That's who they are. They're stealing from us, stealing from you right now as we're sitting here, and I'm talking to you here on this live stream. This company, yeah, it is a company. It's a capitalist outfit set up to promote capitalism around the world, as if that's the best economic system that there is. And we all know, and most of you people watching know, that capitalism is obsolete. So that's what we're doing out here. Anyway, I'm going to set up the live stream for you guys that are watching, just to give you a bird's eye view about what's going on. Hey, not bad. I'm having a great day. Yeah, if you want to come up and talk to me.
I'm here doing yoga to protest the IMF and the World Bank. I'm just hoping that they cease and desist this whole spring here.
Yeah, sure.
The IMF and World Bank's annual spring meetings. The IMF and the World Bank have been participating in colonizing the rest of the world with their economic policies. The World Bank goes in as kind of like the first step, saying, oh, we think so-and-so, such country would like to build a dam. You know, we think that such and such country would love to have an updated energy infrastructure, or a railroad system, or a road system, or anything. Large infrastructure projects are usually the kind of thing that they like to do. Sounds all warm and fuzzy, right? No, actually, their loans are, in pretty much all cases, always defaulted on, because the loan is kind of like just carefully calibrated in the financials so that the country is actually not going to be able to pay it back. So that particular country doesn't, the first economic crisis that they have, they aren't able to service their loans. And the country puts up a red flag and says, help us, international community, and we can't service our loans to the World Bank. Instead of just the World Bank saying, oh, that's okay, wait a couple more months, you can pay us when you can. The World Bank does demand its payments. And then in steps the IMF. The IMF says, oh, well, we can help you out, but, you know, just like the loan sharks that they are, they're like, well, you know, we'll help you out, but, you know, you better not be buying any of those fancy clothes, you better not, you know, be paying for health care. We'll give you the money. And so it goes into a country like Greece and tells Greece that, you know, we'll give you your loan so you can continue to service your debts and so forth to other international entities. But you have to cut your retirement payments, cut your health care, cut your government employees, reduce the services that you're paying for your citizens, the people of this country, with your taxpayer money, and use that hard-earned taxpayer money to actually service your debt to us. We're going to loan you money. It's a continuous vicious cycle. And that is one of the ways in which the IMF actually makes countries totally basically slave nations.
Yeah, oppressive.
They're in debt slavery. And the IMF goes in there and totally outside of any democracy that might be prevalent in the country. I mean, Greece is a democracy, right?
Right, there was it's the birthplace of democracy.
People of Greece protested the IMF policies that they tried to impose on them.
Right.
Totally went in there and insisted that Greece cut its social services and do a lot of different restructuring. That's why in the past they've been called structural adjustment programs. Now they have some other fluffy name for them, but you know, you have to be a sap to believe that structural adjustment programs are not still like going in there, undermining democracy, undermining the will of the people, and totally making the country do whatever the IMF advises them to do, just to service their debt. So anyway, we're here. We continue to oppose the IMF and the World Bank. And today, I'm sure other people have been mentioning this to this live stream.
Our audience, yeah.
But there is food being served because basically we would like to remind the IMF and the World Bank that actually we live in a world of abundance. There are enough resources actually on this planet to feed everyone, to shelter everyone, to clothe everyone. Everyone on this planet. There are about 7 billion people by this point. And there are enough resources. And if we can only figure out how to actually distribute those resources evenly so that, 1% of the planet owns about 30-some% of the resources on the planet? Sure,
right.
That's not fair. If we can actually restructure everything, get the IMF and the World Bank as kind of like hyper-capitalist, crazy statist capitalist kind of entities to actually stop, we can figure out ways to evenly distribute all resources. So we're here kind of trying to remind everyone of that. We do live in a world of abundance. Everyone can eat. We have people who live here in the park who are actually eating today. We have been offering food to the delegates, to the IMF and the World Bank delegates as well. Everyone is allowed to eat equally.
Yes.
So far, I don't think we've had any IMF or World Bank delegates
That took us up on our hopper.
Maybe we should go check to see if anyone's taken up the offer.
Well, thank you for speaking with me. And what's your name?
My name's Lacey.
Lacey.
Good to meet
all the people out there.
I guess.
All right, yeah, see. I love you, dear. All right, here's Jesse, another Washington, D.C. activist. Shows it up at all the important places, right? If there's something important going on in D.C., Jesse's going to be there. Anything you want to say to them?
Depends on your definition of important, of course.
Well,
by my definition, yes.
Yeah, creating change. Yeah, well, your definition and my definition are pretty similar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just out here. We're down here at 18th and H Street, right across from the World Bank here in Washington, D.C. Thanks for joining us here on the live stream. We love you out there. We're trying to think of a way for you to take political action today and how you can support us out here, because we are out here serving food to people. Oh, I see a San Francisco gal visiting from San Francisco, Occupy SF. Right, one of our Action Council folks. We'll go up here and talk to her in a second. So much love and much peace to you people who are watching. If you want to retweet me, it's at Freeman Sullivan. Let's see if anybody's on chat.
It really is good food. You should come and eat it.
Hey, what's up there, Kat? I love you there, dear. Thanks for supporting the live stream there, as usual. One day I'm going to meet you, Kat. You know that. I can't wait for that day, dear. Thanks for supporting us. We have lots of lovely people down here. We're on 18th and H here in Washington, D.C. This is Freeman Sullivan, your intrepid live streamer out here live streaming the World Bank protest, anti-IMF, the banksters, jailing the banksters. You know, hopefully we'll be able to lock a few of them up, maybe not today, but just to raise people's consciousness about what goes on in the world and to let you know about what's happening. So plenty of free food down here at 18th and H. Come down and join us. It's a beautiful day in Washington, D.C. Absolutely fabulous day outside today.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and keep the camera as still as possible so you can see what's going on. But Food Not Bomb serves on Saturdays generally, every day where the need is the greatest, sometimes at DuPont Circle, Franklin Square, all around. I would say McPherson Square. So look for them, foodnotbombs.org. Of course, you're all familiar with that. People are watching, hopefully. And our efforts to serve free food to people who are in need, and not just in need, but everybody in general. And it's an organic meal. To get healthy on. Just let you know, there you go. That's what we're eating. Some stir-fried veggies. We got string beans, onions, broccoli, garlic. So it's a good healthy meal. And anti-carcinogenic, I might add. Broccoli, eggplant. Give you a little 360 about what's going on here. Alright, for everybody who's watching. So it's a low-key event that we're doing today here. Absolutely beautiful day out here. Anyway, in a little while I'm going to be joining Barry, who was tased in front of the White House for having too many signs. So we're going to be walking down there. That'll be our next live stream after we're done here. But this is an anti-IMF World Bank. This is a World Bank headquarters right across the street, for those of you not familiar. The Banksters. This is one of their home offices. Yeah, thanks for putting that Wave of Action hashtag on there, folks. Because this is part of the Wave of Action. Our summer of resistance, our spring of resistance against the powers that be, against the IMF, the banksters, the loan sharkers, these people that are doing business in that building. That's what we're out here to represent. Yeah, really love you, Catwoman.
I apologize for sometimes they were the minority. They fucking, they treat the Chinese very poorly. So.
Well, one of them
I
got
apologize for that.
refugee status in China. When I was 21, she took care of me. We were in the Chinese hotel
She did.
Yeah.
Gotten. What's your name? Yes. Otis? Loaded. Oh wow. Hello, Potter. Potter. Yes, that's it. I really appreciate it. That's yeah. Our team there. Really? Back in the 70s. Wow. About 90. Well, the thing is, with information. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. So I was gonna say.
Thanks, Nick.
If you want to keep in touch,
Yeah, we're gonna head over to Franklin.
All right. Oh yeah. He's beautiful duck too.
Yeah.
Right. So as you're watching there, there's actually a flock, and they all travel together. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's oh no, those aren't ducks. Yeah, they are.
Now, the flock is a couple of blocks where they
Oh,
hang out.
really?
Yeah, well, there's a lady that feeds them down at McPherson.
Oh, you know, I've seen them there. I've seen them.
Yeah. So they're getting ready. Food Not Bombs is going to take it over to Franklin Square,
sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm also, well, I guess she's not a journalist,
a
but
few blocks away.
basically a journalist.
I'm not going to be going with Food Not Bombs. I'm actually going to be going down to the White House to the Peace Vigil, and I want to talk to Barry, who recently got tased for having too many signs. Believe it or not, like there's a limit on the amount of signs that you can have here in Washington D.C. So join us for that one. It will be up in a few minutes. I'm going to move it around here, folks. So give me a second here. Be patient.
I used that at the end of the wrap-up video I made for that. JK,
Now I'm just live streaming. We've been down here we're down here at the anti-IMF World Bank protest, and we're representing for the rest of the world to let them know about all the bad deals that the World Bank's giving us. The loan sharks over in that building right across the street. We're out here to highlight that. Yeah, there's a bunch of loan sharks there, right? Right.
Fucking right, man.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Fuck you guys, right? And you see all the police they have down here. We're such a threat to the public safety.
Free
That-
food is a threat.
Right,
to
free food is a
somebody's
threat.
safety, but not the public.
Yeah.
Food in the First Amendment.
Right, and it was all good food too. It wasn't your, we're not handing out potato chips down here, folks. We actually have organic food, and it was all free and donated as well. There's more than enough to go around. So this whole fucking lie about austerity is just a bunch of bullshit that these people are trying to pull over you that are watching, right? They're stealing from you right now as you speak, right? So that's what it's all about, and that's why we're down here serving up some food. Food Not Bombs is going to be going to Franklin Square next, I believe. Is that where it's at?
I think that's where they might be going. I'm not quite sure. That's really not a decision that I'm making. I really won't try to make for anyone.
I hear you.
If you were like,
I hear you. And we got our little mallard duck buddies over there. They're so beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, he actually went to the Celtics.
The whole
beautiful day.
idea of austerity is basically to destabilize political situations among the citizens of a country, such to the point where any safety net, anything for the common good is totally destroyed, and people will have to basically work for whatever they can get. And of course, there's not going to be any unions or anybody fighting for workers' rights. It's going to be those on top able to fully and completely take advantage of those on the bottom. That's the whole idea. That's what they're pushing.
Another activist.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm actually from Maine.
Wow.
I think he's break out his guitar. He plays such lovely guitar.
We came down in his car.
Wow.
Then we went to New York City the first day.
Like 5 days ago.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
first time in New York and it
Stone.
just blew me away.
I don't like it.
And then I came and met up with him in Boston yesterday.
Beautiful day today.
Yeah, and then
I'm actually liking the fact that it's partly cloudy, because if it was really sunny, we'd all be baking right now. So
I know yesterday, I didn't check today, but the weather report said it was going to get up into like 82.
yeah, 80s. Yeah, well the clouds are tempering the temperature.
well, not the whole thing. There's
Yeah.
parts of it that are clean.
Well, some of the parks are clean, but the city itself is extremely dirty. You look down these cities, all these buildings look really, really nice and clean and shit. The sidewalks look good. Look at the sidewalks, dude. You don't see that fucking.
But it's actually for the wrong reason. You have to remember, the only people richer than the New York people are the rich people here.
Yeah.
So they keep it clean.
There are some.
Well, no, you're only seeing
You're
only seeing
the
the downtown area.
In the outskirts, there are some fucking.
Yeah, right. It's all nice and clean down here, but when you get up in the
nice
hood,
and
right?
clean where all the people have to come in and work, and then they get in their cars and get on the metro and get way the fuck out of here. When like right on the outskirts of town, it's like the opposite.
So it's all an illusion, folks.
It is an illusion. They work really hard on sanitation and maintenance, like right here in this general area. But when it comes to places where like working people like live, and
I've heard of it before. I went.
Like Anacostia?
in Costia, I was living up in the Shaw Howard area for a while, but not that great. Some areas of the campus are pretty good, but like once you get like outside of that, it's like general like workers.
Well, we got there.
It's not like it's their fault. Not like they're fucking just trashing it. It's just that
We went to New York first.
fuckers coming by, like going through it, don't care.
Her aunt got us bus tickets up back up to Boston. We met up with him. Yeah. And
Yeah, so basically we're just hanging out here. Thanks for joining us here on the live stream. Hey Bear, thank you for restreaming. I love you, man.
I'll take care of it for you. I'll be right back. Yeah, no problem, man.
We'll keep an eye on it.
we had cops telling us to go back to Penn Station instead.
Yeah, they have a lot of homeless people at Penn Station in New York. Yeah, I was amazed. And I was amazed how cruel the police are to people there that are homeless, right? They're really cruel. You know, forcing people to go out like in 20-degree cold, right? Knowing that they're going to freeze, right? Well, you can't sit here. It's against the law, right?
Yeah.
Well, fuck your laws.
One of the sad things is that what happens is that in order to get a job, you have to have a residence, and in order to have a residence, you have to have enough money to pay rent. In order to have enough money to pay rent, you have to have a job.
I've had people. I've had this guy.
Right.
To me.
I'm sure you've heard of the
Catch-22. I was thinking the same thing. By the way, if you've never seen that movie, it's called Catch-22. It's from what, 1971?
I haven't seen the movie. I've got the book.
You should see the movie.
People keep telling me that,
Right.
but
Bob Newhart.
so many movies people keep telling me.
Well,
to
Bob
see.
Newhart should have won an Academy Award for his portrayal of Major, right? Like,
He wanted to give me more.
so we're gonna wrap this up.
He's gone off to probably the bathroom or something in the Starbucks over there.
It's like,
There's a Starbucks right up there if you need to use the bathroom.
start playing some music. We can make up some songs against the
All I'm
guys.
doing is asking people for a little.
Yeah, that's the next thing here is
People are willing to help
I'm
me.
charging up one of my speakers here,
They can kick
and I
me-
play house
kick me
music.
down those dollar bills.
So I just got
I'll
this
put
today
it
in the
use.
mail.
Is that a solar?
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy sweet.
that's a solar,
Howard speakers. Oh my goodness.
right? We're charging up USB devices, right?
Huh?
You can charge your phone up off that as well.
Oh, yeah, amazing. We used to have this tiny solar panel as well. It was like very specifically designed for the iPhone. Like one time that really came in handy was Chicago NATO. the NATO protests, which I know some of us remember very well. And yeah, like I actually was doing social media like all day. It was such a sunny day. Everyone got sunburns, and it kept my phone going all day, like an iPhone to go all day.
I mean,
It can beat that.
and also, I'm kind of like.
So what's going on here? Are we gonna leave or what?
Everyone thinks that for your life to go good and for you to have a good, fun, happy
Which
life
I kind
and
of just
for you
made
to
up
be
in my head.
successful, quote unquote. Shut up now. Take it down. Lay down.
You want to hear it?
For you to be
Of course.
successful, you have to go finish high school, go to college, get a good job, all this stuff. No. I finished high school. I didn't go to college. I don't have any college or anything like that. I'm doing whatever I want to do to make me happy, and that doesn't mean I have to work a day in my life or anything like that. It's just whatever I want to do, I can do it. A lot of people don't understand that you can literally do whatever the fuck.
I was left to my own devices. Capitalists, they went down with nothing to show, and the banks kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds rolled over the hills, bringing fire from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing's changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like we've been here before? How am I going to be an optimist about this? I'm totally an optimist about this. How am I going to be an optimist about this?
They give the iPads away when the kids graduate. And they're spending all their money on that, and they don't have enough money to buy paper for the printers.
Down without a fight. People, they are just doing what they know to be right. And the banks kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds rolled over the hills, bringing fire and freedom from above.
And it might not even be just
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing's changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like we've been here?
All of Maine is working. All of Maine is full of hard work.
How am I going to be an optimist about this? I'm totally an optimist about it. We have been here before. We've been here before. Society and our ancestors have in fact been in a world without banks. Without clicking on a thing. And indeed, there are persons that don't have money and aren't rooted in capitalism. And it worked. We got here. We got here. And as a matter of fact, the extent to which we have monetized everything in this world, to the extent to which we've let capitalism reign, we've kind of messed everything up for ourselves and for our planet. And can we return to some semblance of a world that doesn't have money, that doesn't have capitalism? Can we?
Well, I like it. It's sort of a joke, but how do you know that Star Trek is set in the future? Because they don't use money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't use what?
Because they don't use money.
Oh, money.
How do you know who?
How do you know Star Trek's set in the future?
Because they don't use money.
There's no Republicans in Star Trek either, or Democrats. Right, based in my hometown, San Francisco. Right, you know, Starfleet. You know, there was
I prefer Star Wars. I have to say, when it comes to Star Trek, I'm a Star Wars lady because you
Oh,
know,
we'll probably be out there.
the rebels, they're like a loose semblance. They barely have a hierarchy.
I like Star Trek.
I don't want to
though.
hit
Like
Southern
my
Cal.
mom would have me like watch the old series, and then I got to like the Next Generation and things like that. It's a lot about teaching like moralistic values,
I kind of want to go like.
which is kind of important.
Yeah, it's about teaching people higher consciousness too.
Yeah.
Right, that's why I always love Star
And
Trek.
It also had lovely social commentary, like for example, like the Next Generation and past that, like the only like race that would use money would be the Ferengi, and they were like basically the sort of a cartoonish character of the capitalist.
Right.
You know, that's what they were meant to be.
That's why I like Deep Space Nine. That was my favorite
and they
Star
would
Trek.
also force their women to never wear clothing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, because
and then it turned out that women were actually running this society in the very end, right? And that the biggest idiot out of them all, you thought he was an idiot, Rom, turned out to be the smartest guy anywhere, right? You know, and it's like, so appearances are always deceptive, right?
Things backwards in that capitalist world, right?
Yep. Well, capitalism is obsolete. We're here to tell you that. As an economic system, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for anybody, right? The only people working are us, right? And we're the ones that do the work. So why don't we reclaim what's going on out there in the world? And we're going to get a lovely guitar serenade here in a minute.
But no, there was this article that I was reading the other night. Oh goodness, it's this guy basically mined information of the past 200 years of capitalism, and basically it comes to the conclusion that it does not work. And God, I'm trying to think of the name of him or the book I want to get and read.
Oh, you still read books?
Wow, yeah, people still read books. Yes, yes.
We're getting ready here. Got some lovely music.
Song about the iPad.
Songs of protest.
10 reasons why the IMF sucks. 10 reasons why the World Bank sucks.
One word Greece. One word Greece. They lowered the retirement payments. Cut everyone's benefits. The people rose up and they still didn't listen. That's reason number 10. Reason number 9. Number 9.
Multinational corporations using the IMF and the World Bank to take third world resources like Bechtel. They use the poor people of this country and other countries. Tell them about the employees of the IMF and the World Bank and how they're actually people of this country. Alright, ready to go.
Number 8. Let's talk about Bolivia. Yes, Bechtel Corporation came right in. The World Bank and the IMF decided that the World Bank was gonna privatize water. Bechtel's located headquartered in San Francisco. Yes. Maryland. How about that? They're local. Yeah. Bechtel Corporation decided it wasn't making enough money selling this resource that comes right out of the sky. That's the water. They priced it up. It was, I think, about a quarter of the average person's income to just pay for water. Well, the people of Bolivia decided to rise up against that total crap.
Yay,
And
people of
they pushed
Bolivia.
Bechtel out.
Yay!
The World Bank. That's reason number 8. Reason number 7 why the IMF and the World Bank totally suck. Carol.
Alright. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm reason number 7. I've been around since 1944, raping third world countries' resources. Oh, wait. IMF and the World Bank support multinational corporations. And now, under the guise of the neoliberalist policy, they're taking the oil and blood of nations.
Cause what's troubling you
is the nature
of my game.
Come on, hoo-hoo. All right.
Do, 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 do.
Don't you guess my name?
That's my name. Indeed, it's the IMF and the World Bank. Your reason number 6?
Reason number 6, I'd have to say that it is quite a large problem indeed. These entities are...
That's exactly what you're doing,
Black.
These entities are trying to impose a set of global rules. Globalization now, that's what they want. They won't stop until we're all of their tools.
Pleased to meet you. Won't you guess
My name
Oh, but fucking you
is the nature of that game.
IMF and the World Bank are destroying our planet Earth. Old people and little children and elderly in third world countries dying on their Earth. Oh, yes, what is it? Please to meet you. Right.
Cause what's troubling you is the nature of our game. We gotta go, reason number 5. Hey.
We got... This is an intermission. We got reasons number 5.
Yeah, we got 5 through 1.
Right up.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Hang on tight. For this brief commercial interlude.
Reason number 6?
We're up 5 now.
5, I think. 5? Who's going to do 5?
But it's a really sad story. What happened to Indonesia? Yes, the people of Indonesia. I'm gonna wait just a moment because you see we have healthcare in this country. Kind of, just a little bit. And here's my girlfriend. An ambulance pulling past me.
We'll give it a second here, folks.
Oh yes, I was talking about Indonesia. Indonesia. You might have seen photos of all of those steppes of rice. They've been cultivated for more than 1,000 years. They're very carefully made, beautiful steppes of rice paddies rolling down the mountainside. Well, the World Bank decided that 1,000-year system just wasn't good enough. They went in and decided to mess with those rice paddies. They created incentives and government programs that totally screwed up the careful system whereby every single rice paddy that actually fed the country was hydrated. They installed different water systems, and lo and behold, the Indonesians went hungry because they weren't producing enough rice. The World Bank sold them some pesticides and a new variety of rice, decided to again mess everything up even more.
Was that rice GMO?
Better believe it, son.
It'll be a GMO soon, probably. They came in with that short variety, multiple growing seasons every year, and they totally screwed over Indonesia. And that is reason number 5.
Number 5.
To freaking be here opposing the World Bank. Think about the people of Indonesia.
Yeah.
The children who want to have food in their stomachs, but they don't.
Reason number 5.
And now we're on to reason number 4. Are you on reason number 4?
I guess if I can think, I can put it to music. I don't know if I can put it to music. 4th reason here now. We're talking about a very interesting development on the world stage now. It's the fall of the Soviet Union here. One of the Eastern European countries known as Yugoslavia. They were trying to get their act together now. Need a little bit of cash to make sure that all their citizens could have things like healthcare or education. So that's when the IMF and World Bank decided to step in, help them out. No, that's not what they did. What ended up happening is massive stabilization of their country and the death of countless numbers of people who were trying just to make it to the next day. So come on, why are you not against these people, the IMF and the World Bank? That's 8, 4. All right.
Now we're down to reason number 3.
Reason number 3? All right. Different song or the same?
We're down to reason number 3.
All right, go ahead.
This 3 and that 3.
Reason number 3. Why do you hate the IMF and the World Bank? Never seen miles of starved to death people. It's a terrifying thing to see. And I guarantee the ones behind these, the IMF and the World Bank. The sound of gunfire comes from these multinational banks that destroy. That's what I know of it. That's the 3rd reason.
How about democracy? How about democracy?
All right.
Democracy.
Sounds good, doesn't
Democracy is a fine concept. Democracy is a concept that we, the people, get to actually decide what's going on in our actual country. So reason number 2 is that we are no less all of those delegates in that building. Reason number 3 is about me and you. And this I know to be true, that there's no reason that those fuckers should make decisions for all of us. The IMF likes to go on and likes to adjust all of everything, adjust what policies, adjust what financial obligations a country has, how to pay taxpayer money, and more often than not, they decide that the best use of taxpayer money paid for by people like you and me and all of us is to service debts to them. Their main purpose for adjusting all of those policies has nothing really to do with the budgets of those countries, insofar as it has to do with actually making sure that those countries can pay them more money. They used to call them structural adjustment programs. Don't be a sap and do not fall for it. Reason number 2, democracy.
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 What?
Democracy.
Democracy.
Demockery.
That's what we bring in.
Oh, that's what they are,
Demagoguery.
demockery.
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 I think the reason number one, I think it can be kind of a double header. Yeah. Well, I think that the vaccination argument, I could probably say that vaccinations, but let's just leave that maybe for another time when we can maybe actually argue it.
The top reason
Without
we're
first.
talking about, like, you know, all of these things, we haven't actually yet mentioned much about the environment.
Right, exactly.
That's reason number one.
The World Bank
Is
is the number 1 to 2. They actually switched places recently with China, but like the number 1, and for many years was the number 1 financer of coal-fired power plants. Who loves coal? I don't.
Bad kid.
I don't either.
Who loves gold?
Who loves coal? I'm sorry, but not Appalachia.
No, they don't.
In Appalachia, they are totally hurting. In Appalachia, the water's been polluted. And why? Because of the coal industry. Killed just everything. Killed the water, raised the land. Over 500 mountains have been turned to sand, to dirt, to minerals, things that got dumped into the valley. Beautiful mountains. One of the oldest mountain ranges in the world is Appalachia.
800 million years.
All of that beautiful art created lovingly by the hands of Mother Earth, created lovingly by the hands of whatever god or deity you might believe in, has been turned to sand for a few hours, for a few days of our electricity use. Hundreds of thousands of years of that mountain being lovingly formed. For a day, 1 day of electricity. I tell you, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I'm sorry, no. And the World Bank has been doing that all over the world. All over the world, destroying our mountains. It should be the birthright, not just of us, but of all of our children. Do you want your grandchildren to live in a world that doesn't know mountains? I don't. I'm sorry. I get really emotional about this. I'm sorry. No. The World Bank needs to stop funding and financing and promoting coal-fired power plants. And they need to stop destroying the environment, promoting all the attractive industries, whether we're talking about diamonds, whether we're talking about iron ore, whether we're talking about uranium mining. The World Bank needs to stop. The IMF needs to stop creating policies that promote that too. Because in the end, are we going to have money to live on? Sorry, I know it's been said many times, but you can't eat it and you can't breathe it and you can't drink it. No, you can't drink any of that. Much as I'd like to. No, money is just an abstraction. What's real is this. Our earth. Our earth. This is what nurtures human life. They need to stop destroying it. For our children.
And for all those
For the
future
Earth.
generations in the earth.
For the earth!
For life on earth.
You know,
For
Life on earth.
for some reason, that last little bit, it got me to thinking, a riff on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. All right. Let's see how far I can get with this. In West Appalachia, born and raised, and the coal mine is where I spend most of my days. Digging, mining, relaxing, all cool. I was shooting some dynamite inside the mine. And a couple of the guys who were up to some good started making trouble in our neighborhood. So we got Waldo striking. Our boss got scared and said, "We're going to make those open mines. We're going to make those mines open to our air."
Oh my God! Oh my God! You got something really good there.
That's as far as I got. That's as far as I got.
That was pretty good. That was really good.
It's actually using dynamite to blast apart the mountain.
That's as far as I got with that one.
Did you do that again?
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
In Appalachia, born and raised in the coal mine is where I spent most of my days digging, mining, relaxing off the food. I was shooting some dynamite inside of the mine when a couple of guys who were up to some good, they started making trouble in our neighborhood. We got one now striking. Our boss got scared and said, "We're going to make that mine open to our air." Alright, that's as far as I can get with that one though.
There's lots of possibility with that.
Yeah.
I was trying to think about that song, "Knocking on Heaven's Door," but trying to change the lyrics to it, and it's so idealized. It's hard to do that because there's something about the song that doesn't. I don't know.
It is wonderful.
How you doing today there, sir? Beautiful. It's a beautiful day.
Terrible.
Love you, brother. All right. For those of you just joining us, we're down here at 18th and H in Edward R. Murrow Park here in Washington, D.C. at Anti-IMF World Bank. We're a small but determined group of demonstrators that are out here, and we're talking about anti-austerity. We're talking about love for the earth and love for life on this planet Earth that we live on. It's so precious to us, and it means more than money. We're not trying to monetize our existence here. We're just trying to live in peace and harmony.
You got a heavy
We've got the Doggy Orchestra joining us in the background. By the way, you're really photogenic. Like, you look really good on camera.
High security. They feel safe with God. Well, I feel safe without it, but I hate it. They have it. You used to be that riot gear was only for riots. Now they're always wearing it. Remember back in the 80s? It was like a shock to see that, you know? Now they're always wearing it. They're always wearing their riot shirt. And yesterday I saw cadets at Benning Road. And I got off at Stadium Armory and there was cadets there. Wearing the brown shirts with the yellow, the gold reflective things. Standing there like this. And I've seen them in Columbia Heights walking around. It's like martial law, man. Get people used to it, to seeing it.
I mean, especially because all of, sorry, but like, we also is, like, add to this that they totally act with impunity, beat people up and kill people and chase people to death, and what happens? Oh, the police are conducting another investigation into the events that precipitated so-and-so's death.
Did you see what we found, Lacey? Over there? On the fence?
Oh yeah, let me show you. See it? There's different things here for however many millimeters something is. It's like it looks like you can turn this to change it. Like that, it's at the 16 millimeter point. Maybe it's just a light sensor.
Air pollution sensor or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm paranoid about the NSA.
What?
It's like that's some number that's a product code.
Hold on. Actually,
Anything you want to say to our viewers out there, Jason?
That's how we're going to find it.
While you're down here, what are you doing? What are you aimlessly? Did you just aimlessly wander in here into Edward R. Murrow Park? Right?
Down with the IMF, down with the World Bank, and the New Colonial Economic Order.
So that's why you're down here. Any place where somebody watching could get more information?
There's a great documentary called Life in Debt. It's about how the IMF just kind of fucked over Jamaica, and some great reggae music in it as well.
Life in Debt? And what year was that made in, do you know?
Bypass
Okay.
switch,
You can find it free online.
diamond head sprinkler.
Life in Debt.
What is it?
Google it.
Diamond head sprinkler. Well, that's...
Okay. Alright, so it's not a monitoring device.
Is that a sprinkler?
That does not look like a sprinkler. You're right.
No, it looks like a microphone.
No, it's not got a hose hooked up to it.
I know, that's the strange thing. Because like the UL listing should tell us what it is.
Yeah.
No,
Right?
it's not a
Yeah,
sprinkler.
this
I mean,
is
look,
ele-
this doesn't
This
have
is
water.
electrical. This
not
is
designed.
voltage here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got electricity going into it. So it must be some kind of sensor.
Remember Saturday Night Live?
No, I'm sorry.
You got his glasses.
I mean, what is it? It's got if it's anything, it's a sensor.
No idea.
But it's
It's weird, whatever it is.
not very weatherproof.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean, you're not paranoid when they actually are spying on you. We know they're spying on us. We just don't know how.
Well, we're that's why we live stream, so we can take control over our flow of our information, right?
Right. Well, yeah, and you know they're watching us too.
Right, and we're watching them.
We'll learn something.
Right. Maybe the world will be a better place when everybody starts watching each other, right? Instead of doing things in secrecy, like the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Educate themselves.
Yeah, trying to. We're talking about Trans-Pacific Partnership that's trying to secretly negotiate away all of your legal rights and to make us serfs for corporations, basically.
Yes, and they're doing it in secret. It's so secret that even members of Congress who are supposed to actually have access to that document don't have access to the Trans-Pacific Partnership text that's in negotiation. If a member of Congress, we're talking about our...
I love your hand so much. I'm just going to back up. I love your hand so much. Yeah, you're really good. You're so beautiful.
Okay, if a member of Congress actually wants to get access to that text that's being negotiated, they can do so. But they have to actually, first of all, get... they have to actually, apply even bring a notebook, a pen and paper to write things down. And they can go in there and they can like kind of glance around, and your average trade representative, your average congressperson doesn't know what your average trade representative person is, right? They look at it and they're like, it's kind of they're trying to interpret it. They don't even have their aides or economic specialists and trade specialists to actually help them interpret the text of the thing. And there they are looking at the document, and so, okay, they might remember a couple of things, and then they have to go out of the room after their time is up. I'm sorry, but are we calling this system a democracy, actually? Are we actually calling this system a democracy? That's the question.
It's all good. Much love to you guys. Have a nice day. Beautiful day for bicycling, right? Love bicyclists.
Me too. They should be on the road. Bicyclists need to clean the road.
Yeah, and bicyclists need to clean up their act a little bit on the sidewalk.
Against any cyclist. If you got a bike, good on you.
Yeah.
But
don't ride it on the sidewalk, please.
Need to clean the road.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about. And you're actually safer when you're on the road as a bicyclist. Statistics have borne this out, that it's more dangerous to ride on the sidewalk than it is to ride out in the street.
Yeah, there are a lot of things to crash into.
Yeah. So for all you bicyclists out there, please don't ride on the sidewalk. Take the street, reclaim what is yours. That road is yours. It's just as much your road as it is the automobile. So get out there in the street, folks.
Get out there in the
street. We're going to say that to everybody.
Come up against a driver, especially if you're a city biker. Don't be afraid of biking in the city. Don't be afraid. Come up against a driver, you look them in the eye.
Yeah, you look them in the eye, so you know where they're going. Right? Always look those drivers in the eye. That's very important as a cyclist.
Stare them down. It's the most effective method as a cyclist. I will say this as a 9-year urban cyclist. Just stare them down. Maybe it's just me, but that's my best technique. Just look at them.
Right, so those of you just joining us, we're down here at Edward R. Murrow Park here in Washington, D.C., right across from the bankster capital of the World Bank, the people that are ripping you off every day, right? As they're ripping us off right now as we're sitting here out in the park, right? The biggest thieves on the planet. They're stealing our life. They're killing life here on planet Earth. So we're down here, we're defending your life. Is your life worth, how much money is your life worth? Think about it.
Most of our songs do sing about the reasons to
Yeah, we had 10 reasons, that was great.
That's awesome.
There are so many more reasons.
Oh yeah, hundreds of thousands.
I'm thinking of things we should have turned.
There's trillions of reasons. They're called dollar bills, right? That's a reason. Like each dollar bill.
I like to think of 7 billion reasons. That's all, one for every person on the planet, at least.
At least.
7 billion reasons to oppose the IMF. 7 billion minus, how many employees do each of them have combined? Like 2,000? I don't know. I don't know what a good estimate would be. 5,000? Maybe 10,000? I don't know. Yeah. 7 billion minus 10,000.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day outside, folks. Well, we're down here. We're struggling for life here on Earth. And this place across the street, we're going to walk over and talk a little bit more about the World Bank here in a minute and about what they do, exactly what they're up to behind closed doors that they don't want the public to know. The World Bank is a private organization, regardless of what people think. It's not a governmental institution. It's an NGO, non-governmental organization. So legally, they have no right to do what they do. So there you go. Let's check out the chat, see who's on chat. Anybody? Yeah, take a pic on it. Yep. Oh. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Catwoman. We love you very much. And Idle One, very much appreciated your retweet.